My spiritual understanding of twin flames. So, I am not yet in union with my twin flame in 3D, but I was guided to talk about my own truth, you know. And yeah, I think I was trying to downplay my own truth, you know. I know if I'll talk about it, I will be so misunderstood. Society is not going to understand it. But I think when we do something like this, when true people, people who have been on this journey, really have been on this journey, who have seen the pain of it, if they don't come up and speak their truth, I am sure the truth is taken up by lies. So there are a whole lot of other people out there on YouTube talking about twin flame journey, and trust me, they do not have any knowledge about it. They are just there trying to do some frauds, trying to make money out of it. So I think it's time to fill in the gaps. I think it's time that we come up and talk about it, what it is in real sense. We need sensible people to come out and speak their own truth. What's there to hide? Why to hide the truth? The planet is the planet has been destroyed, whenever people have tried to step away from their own truth. The witches were burned when their truth was discovered. you know we might have some, you know um, people who cannot tolerate the truth. Yes, that's true, but that doesn't mean that we should stop speaking our truth. And because even that is harmful in many ways. So I think I wanted to come up and fill the gap on YouTube. There are a whole lot of people who are into this frenzy of twin flame. They think twin flame is something very special. They romanticize it in some ways, and I won't deny there is a part to it, you know. Uh, but um, but it is so much of a spiritual journey. It is so much of a spiritual journey. Like, I have no idea how people, you know, there are people who talk about twin flames as in an external reality. Like, it's like, we went there, then this is how we met, this is how what happened. I mean, of course, there is an external part to your twin flame journey, but how can you negate the internal part? How can you negate the internal shifts on your spiritual journey, on your twin flame journey? So, I think, first of all, I think it is so much of an internal journey than an external journey. It is more about your union with the God, your union with the universe, your union with the nature. And yes, it is a very, very, very painful journey, and we do a lot of work on this journey, a lot of work. It's just so crazy, how we are. Anything that we do for ourselves is not going to be counted, in the GDP. And nobody's going to believe that it is even work. People even think that it is not even some work, the work that you do on yourself. But it is one of the most useful things. It is one of the most useful things. It is very painful journey, yet worth it. I don't think so. I have met any, or I've come across anyone who says that it is not something they rejoice. It is not something that I mean, yes, it is painful. Yes, there are a lot of things that are there, but still it's so worth it, because how our mind just thinks we need these things, and our life will be set. And people are just happy in their, they're happy in their, they're sleeping, and they're just happy in that sleepiness. What they don't realize as that to be awake is to be joyful. And yet we are here to break those barriers for everyone around us. All twin flames, I feel are here to break those barriers and take our planet to the new heights, take our planet to an awakening, to a mass awakening, you know. So, yeah, and it is just so beautiful of a thing that, and I just wanted to come up and speak my own truth as well. Why hide truth? Why hide truth? So, I think this planet is done hiding truth, is done hiding their own powers, is done hiding the truth, It is done hiding the truth. I so much feel that. And yet I wanted to come here and talk about it. So, yeah, somebody who's not, okay, so my channel has all sorts of things. I speak upon anything and everything because anything and everything is spirituality. Everyday life is spirituality, isn't it? So I talk about almost everything on my channel. And first of all, I thought that maybe I need to make a different and separate channel for Twin Flame, because I have people here connected who might not be, because it is not particularly for Twin Flame. So there might be other people as well here. But then I thought, no, I shouldn't do that. I should, show all my parts, and people should know that all my knowledge, all my spiritual wisdom, that has been there on my channel and there on my Instagram has been because of Twin Flame journey, Twin Flame path. So yeah, I don't want to hide any shade of me, and put it separately. This is all me, and my big part of awakening has been because of Twin Flame journey. So another thing that I would want to add about it is that Twin Flame path is one of the paths to divine. There are many other paths. Even Brahmacharya is a path to the divine, So, but you have to understand your own calling, You have to understand your own calling, what it is, yes. So, and yeah, that's it. So, yeah, it's like that. Okay, let's just, there are a few points that I wrote and I want to discuss about it. So one thing is that Twin Flames is a very natural, it is a very natural relationship, very natural, very sacred, and it's very sacred, it's very beautiful. You know how apple only has to grow on an apple tree, how a mango cannot grow on an apple tree, and tree doesn't have a free will as well, okay. But we humans have. The whole messed up we are right now is because we are using a free will, and there are two ways to see free will, okay. So we use free will to move away from the divine, and yet it is a process to understand how we are just part of the divine and we cannot be away from it, so one way of seeing free will is also that. The other way is some people choose free will because of fear, because of lack of faith in the universe, because of lack of faith in the God, and they pick up this fear, insecurities, everything, of course, from their environment, surroundings, and of course their this power of the soul has decreased because they have let everyone enter into them, and they decide their life by people around them, what other people will think. That's how they influence their own decisions. So yeah, Twin Flame is one of the most natural relationship. A apple only has to grow on an apple tree. A mango only has to grow on a mango tree. What if, We start, what if, let's say, a mango appear on an apple tree? You can imagine how it will be, how it will not be a mango, how it will not be completely an apple, somewhere in between, you know. So our free will, you can, see free will as, I think it's a very beautiful phenomena, how we choose our free will, and then we understand how, it is to reach God, ultimately. It is to reach God. We may use free will only to realize that God's plan is actually the most beautiful one, and our small understanding cannot exactly, you know, understand God's biggest plan, universe's plan, and how universe is perfect in it itself. You know, our free will is, when we make decisions based on fear, based on, yes, there are people may choose free will not out of fear, but maybe because of other certain things. So but ultimately, choosing free will ultimately will lead to the path of God. How you will not find the happiness there. It's like you take a diversion road, for some time, only to realize that you have already been perfect. you have, being in alignment with God is the only truth. you know and it's like that. So it is one of the most natural relationships, and it's very mysterious. It's very mysterious. I mean, if you have, I don't know if you have noticed or not, but sometimes if you look at a plant or any tree, you would find, or even any flowering plant, you would see that sometimes two buds grow together, and sometimes one alone bud, flower bud comes out. So nobody knows why this happens. It's it's universe in its play. Sometimes two buds, they come together, and sometimes they come alone, or sometimes they come in a pair of three. I mean, in the group of three. Sometimes they come in a pair, sometimes they come alone. Some even leaves, if you see, how they grow, it's so beautiful. Sometimes they will grow in a pair, sometimes they grow in a trio, so, and nobody knows why, but it's just an expression of the universe, isn't it? So likewise, twin flames is also somewhere like that, where it's just so natural, and it's like meant to be together, kind of a thing, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is how, and why twin flames go into separation. So, or maybe I would want to do it in another video. I think I would want to keep my discussion till here, and yeah, maybe I'll come up with another video and explain more about twin flames. So I think I will make a different playlist for twin flames separately, so you can have access to it, because it is one of the topic that is little different in, on my channel. So yeah, I would keep it separately, so if somebody has to access it, they can access it. So maybe I'll make more videos around the topic.